Today we're going to be making the Diagonal Beach Ombre Tumbler. This is one of the most complicated patterns that I have ever made. However, it is one of the most rewarding when you complete it. For this tumbler, you're going to need the Diagonal Beach Ombre pattern. I'm linking the pattern, the sublimation file, and the sublimation template tumbler below. For this tutorial, I'm going to be using the sublimation template tumbler that I have available on my website. These tumblers are from Mother Tumbler, and I love them very much because they're so easy to use. I'm also using Amber, Diamond, Bohemica, Heart of the Ocean, and Capri in SS16 from PDB Creative Studio. You're also going to need a glue. I highly recommend Liquid Fusion. You can get this at PDB, and I like to put mine in a precision tip bottle. I got these from Michael's. You're going to need a rhinestone pen, which you can also get at PDB, along with some type of rhinestone tray. The circular one is from Serious Creations. However, I like to also use the large rhinestone tray from PDB. So here you're just going to watch me do my base row. The most important thing about doing the base row is that you want to let this dry before you continue working on the rest of your tumbler. This will form a solid row that you can push against when you're working on the rest of the tumbler, so your rhinestones do not slide around. Because I'm using the pre-pressed template tumbler for this tutorial, it's very easy to see how to space your rhinestones out and make them fit perfectly. I do want to note that there are some fluctuations with rhinestone sizes. So as you go along the template tumbler, you might see a little misalignment with your pattern. However, it's still easy to see how to place your rhinestones. I do also want to note that you can see a little bit of ghosting on the edge of the template tumbler. This does not matter when it comes to these because your rhinestones are going to cover up the ghosting anyway. So here you can see I am just about to finish up the base row of the Diagonal Beach Ombre. So the most important thing you can do once you finish your base row is just set it down, walk away for a couple hours, or even a day. You want that base row to be as solid as possible. And now here, I'm just going to continue along the tumbler. I've sped this process up on the video because I promise you, no one can rhinestone this fast. It takes me about 5 minutes to complete a row sometimes. If I'm pushing it and going really, really fast, it can take me 3 to 4. But rhinestone tumblers are a timely process. While I'm working on this, I also want to point out one of the most helpful tools that I have ever used when rhinestoning a tumbler. Currently, what my tumbler is spinning on is the Baby Blinger from Dino's Tumbler Turners. I highly recommend Dino's for this because it honestly saves me so much time other than like holding it and having to constantly spin it around. And it's just honestly such a nicer way to present it when you're working on your rhinestone tumblers. Another thing that I'd like to share with you is I have created a Facebook group called Blinging with Bree. In Blinging with Bree, you can share your rhinestone creations that you have used either with my patterns or just if you simply want to learn how to rhinestone. I highly recommend joining this group because it allows you to see any patterns that I make before I release them, and it gives you an opportunity to have more one-on-one chats with me. Because I'm using a template tumbler, all I have to do to finish this tumbler is to follow the rhinestone pattern until I reach the end. There are no additional tasks that I need to do, however, a glitter butt is optional. Since this is not my normal tumbler, I will not be doing a glitter butt on this one. So here you can see I have jumped ahead to my last 3 rows on the Tumbler pattern. I do have to say that using the template Tumbler, I believe, saved me hours on this project, because every time I have to look at the pattern on my iPad and transfer it over to the Tumbler, it does take time looking back and forth. And when using the template Tumbler, I was able to just place the rhinestones on simply, and I could see exactly where each color was supposed to go. It made it so much easier, and I highly recommend using this method if you want to try a harder pattern when you're just starting out. So now that we've gotten towards the end of the tutorial, I do want to say that when rhinestoning using my patterns, you are definitely allowed to switch out the colors and change it up so you can use different themes for your template. Once you get to the end of your tumbler and place your very last rhinestone, you're going to want to wait and let your tumbler sit for a minimum of 24 hours. After this, you can go in and use a scrub brush, and I like to use Dawn dish soap to clean any wax residue off of my tumbler. It's important to wait this long because you want all of your rhinestones to be solid and secure before you scrub them. And once you've cleaned your tumbler, you're done. I hope you guys love this tutorial. I had such a blast making this tumbler, and I hope you guys like it too. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel.